Hello, are you ready for day 4 of our 4 flowers in 4 days? We're going to paint some shabby chic florals. I did a painting that hangs over our bed in our bedroom now, and I thought that it would be something, some of the florals that are on it would be something that would be fun and different for us to try. I'm going to show you that painting, and we're going to recreate it, just a little portion of it, not the whole thing, just one of the flowers. And I'll show you how to use your palette knife to make some really simple, abstract, really pretty, soft flowers. If you're just coming on, let me know where you're watching from. And I'm looking over here because that's where my computer is, and I gotta look at you because you're right there. I'm going to show you the painting. And I apologize for my lighting in here right now because it's kind of stormy in Florida today. So hopefully my Wi-Fi is going to hold out and we're not going to get pixelated like we did last night. I think that was part of the problem. But this is the painting that hangs over my bed in our bedroom. And I'm going to try to show you this part right. Where is it? This part right here is what I'm going to show you or give you an idea of how to do. So hopefully this will be something that you'll benefit from, and it will help you loosen up and get really creative with just putting down some color and not worrying so much about all the little details. Okay, so we're going to do something that's similar to this. So you're going to need, can't hold it. You're going to need green. This is yellow ochre. There is alizarin crimson, white, and I put some cream in here. There's also some blue, and I believe that's all the colors that you're going to need for this one. But let's just get started, and I'll show you, give you an idea of how to do this, okay? I'm going to put this over here so that I can see it. Where am I going to put it? Put it somewhere where I can look at it while I'm painting. I may not. I didn't think this through very well. So I can put it over here. Just give me a second. My easel's over here. Okay. All right, now I've got it over there where I can see it. Let me turn my camera around and get it set up right here. I'm going to turn my light down a little bit this way so hopefully it'll shine a little better over our workspace. Okay. Y'all, my knob just fell off. Hang on. Blooper reel, and I can't do anything about it because it's live. Whatever. I'll get it. Just give me a second. Maybe I should turn the camera around so you can see what I'm doing. But okay, I got it now. We're good. You can see this well, right? Everybody's okay. And my camera's a little bit crooked, but we'll fix that. Okay. Hi, Tammy and Julie. Hi, Nita. Thank you, Kathy. Okay. Oh, God. Let's get started painting. I'm going to use my palette knife. I'm going to turn my light back down this way a little more. And we'll start with just putting down a little bit of some blue. When I did that big painting, I just had a lot of colors out, and I was really just playing. This is going to be loud, sorry. I may not be able to get that out. Hang on a second. I don't need very much of it. And I had a bunch of different colors out and a whole lot of white. And I just played with the background, putting in, like I would just take some white and a little bit of blue on my knife like that and just scrape it around. And then I take a little bit of this tan, put it in there, and it just made a really pretty background that I could begin working with and put my flowers on top of. Now this is paper that I'm doing this on right now, and so it's not quite the same as using a canvas, but it's good enough for a demonstration. Hi, Melissa. Your mom's watching with you. Great. A little bit of the glare. Let me turn that. I don't think I can help it. The glare is just going to be there because the paint is wet. Okay. So we've got a little bit of blue over here. We've got some tan going on here. And then I would just pick up some more white and just make layers for my background. Soft, but it's got some color. Okay. Hi, Kim. Okay, so the next thing I did in the original painting was put in some green that was like a branch that went all the way across here. So I'm just going to take some of this sap green. And of course, we're doing a smaller version than the one that I did. So we'll have one little flower here and one larger one here. And after I did like a little branch that went across like this, then I just took the side of my knife and made some lines that looks like a, sort of like a branch. And then take a little white and start just making a little bit of something that would look like a leaf. Doesn't have to be the exact shape of a leaf, just the idea of a leaf. Something like that. Okay. And of course I've got little sprigs coming up here and over here and all over the place. And then I took some of this. This is alizarin crimson. And I just took a little bit of it. You can see it's right here. It's almost a purpley red. And I started making the center of the flower. So when I do that, I want the very center to be the darkest spot. And it's going to be about right there. And then you just start with adding white, and a lot of it. And you go in something like a little circle around that. I'm going to grab some of this tan too and put that in there. I got some green on my knife, so if you pick up a different color, you may need to clean it off. You just keep going around with the pinks and the whites. And acrylic paint dries darker, so it's going to be a little bit darker than this when it dries. So just keep that in mind when you're putting your paint down. It looks really light right now, but as it dries, it's going to get a little bit darker. Okay, and then I did sort of like a little abstract flower over here, and that was just done very loosely, something like that. Just as long as your center is a little bit darker, then you can tell that it's supposed to be a flower right there. I'm gonna spread that out a little more. And I have a tendency to keep playing with flowers. Sometimes I overwork them and I have to go back and just kind of start over. But you can just put in some, basically you need to have a dark, a medium, and a light. And with this one I also added that little bit of tan, just because I felt like some of the white was too white in some spots and I wanted it to be a little more creamy. Then you can take some more of your green, add a good bit of white to it and get you a really light green. And put some of that in there. I even did some in the background, just kind of pulled it down like that. But when you're working with something that's really abstract like this, you've got to know when to stop, and that can be kind of hard. We're going to put a little bit of this. It's a bronze yellow or a yellow ochre. Some people may have yellow ochre, that would work too. So just putting this in a few little spots kind of to highlight or give it a different look right there. You put some white in it and lighten it up. And y'all, that's all there is to it. It's really easy. And like I always say, it just makes a really pretty mess. So when you're working on something that you want to be really abstract, just try to keep it simple and don't overwork it. See if I can add a little bit more of this darker pink. Add it right in the center right there. And then I also did a few little buds in a spot over here, so they ended up looking a little something like this. You see how loose and abstract you can get with it, and it still looks like a flower. And that makes it so much more fun when you just let yourself be a little more free with it. So that will be like some little buds over here. And I know there's a little bit of a glare on it, but that only took me like, what, 15 minutes to put together. And of course, it would look more cohesive if you'd even put some little spots of pink and other spots around that look like could be a flower there. And it gives you that whole shabby chic, very loose, fun, and interesting floral look. And you could just play with it all day, or I could. And make some more leaves here and there. So in the one that I've got over my bed, this just kind of trails along, and there's some more flowers here and there. And there's a lot of abstract background in mine also. I feel like this flower needs a little bit of some cream. So I'm going to mix some white in this yellow, bronze yellow. Just do that right in there. Thank you, Katie and Linda. This is something different. It's of course, I like to do a lot of different kinds of things, but this one is more one of the more abstract type pieces that I've done. And if you look at most of my work on my website, it's a little less messy, but this is what I enjoy doing this, and this is what I have hanging over our bed in our bedroom. Something that looks very, very similar to this. And after it dries, it's a little bit darker. Make it the original again, show it to you. Of course, this one is much bigger, the original. So when you're looking at this, it's a lot bigger, and it looks a little darker. And you can see it just kind of goes on forever because this is really big, really long. These are those little indications of buds, and like I've got some big leaves here and there, and then all of this is just background that's pretty abstract. And see, I've got some pink in there, like here and here. But the main focus is what we sort of copied today, and that's this little area right here. And see, if you go on down, then I've got another flower over here with some more leaves. But you could turn, and I've also done another one. It's sold, but it was on not a long skinny canvas, but on like a regular, I don't know, maybe it was an 18 by 24, something like that. And I did something similar to it with more flowers, and it didn't run long and skinny this way. It ran kind of sideways and diagonally down the canvas, and it looked really pretty too. So if doing something abstract like this, something that you've always wanted to try, then you could start with just something really simple like this. And I know this looks kind of messy, but this is how you do it. You have to get messy. And there's lots of texture there. And if you just expand this and add it to a larger scale, then something like this is going to be really pretty. Thank you, Melissa. Thanks, Kimberly. And thanks, Beverly. So you guys, today's the last day of our 4 flowers in 4 days. And last night we put 3 of those flowers together and we made this, which looks totally different from this. But this was a lot of fun to do. And you can go back and watch that video and learn how to put these 3 flowers in this container. You can go back and watch each individual flower. We did the daisy, and then we did the rose, and then we did the hydrangea yesterday. And then we did this really shabby chic abstract today. Thank you all for your sweet compliments. So this was a lot of fun. And I've given you some tools and some techniques and some ideas that you can use to make your own paintings. And I hope that you will, and that you'll share them with me when you do that. Today is also the last day that you can join my creative community, and I've got the link there for you in the description. Let's see. Yeah, I put it up there. Today's the last day to join, and we are excited. We've got a lot of new members, and everybody is super duper excited about being in the group and getting started. And tomorrow is our first question and answer time with all of our new members, and I'm excited about that. So if you have joined, then you can go over to our Facebook group and type all your questions. I've put a graphic there where you can type any questions that you may have, or you can join me tomorrow in the private group live to ask any questions that you have about art or art business or anything like that. And if you have any questions about this right now, then I'll be happy to answer those. Thanks, Paula. Kimberly said, I could see how learning like something like this would take a hobby into a business. Thank you very much. Yes, that is very true. That's another thing in our creative community. You can ask questions about turning your hobby into a business, and I can help you with that. And you get a huge discount on my Brave Wings business course. You get $100 off. If you're a creative community member, you get an exclusive coupon code for that. So that was a great point there. Let's see. Any other questions? Dixie says she just caught the tail end. Well, you can go back and watch the replay and see how we did the whole thing. Tammy says, come join us in our creative community. Tammy is a member and a sweet lady. There's so many sweet ladies in our group. And I've had several people asking me questions. I went over several things this morning in a live video, and you can catch that over on my Facebook page too, where I answered a lot of frequently asked questions about the group. So I hope that, let me see if I can turn this around. I'm afraid I'm going to tear something up again. I hope that I have given you some useful information this week with these live videos. Hang on, I'm going to flip you around, maybe. Okay, my lighting's not great, but I hope I've given you some useful information with these live videos. I don't do this often, so this is the kind of stuff that I do in my creative community. We do tutorials. I spend lots of time making them, and so I don't have a lot of extra time to do anything that is extra, because I want to, of course, take lots of time with the ladies that are in our group. So if this was something that you've enjoyed this week, doing the 4 flowers and doing the paint party last night, then you'll enjoy our group too. So I hope that you'll consider coming over and joining us. And let me see here. I've got my computer over here. If you don't, some people are saying that they didn't join this one until close to the end. So if you'll share it to your timeline, then you'll know where it is, and you can go back and you can watch it, and you can paint along with me, or watch it and then paint it later, because it'll be saved. You can watch the replay. So let's see. See another comment, and my computer's over here, so hang on a second. Londa said, when did you say the next time is to join the paid group? It's going to be sometime in the fall. I'm not 100% sure. My team and I are trying to make sure that we choose good dates for opening things. And so whenever it's going to be the best time for the majority of the people that would want to join. So I'm not really sure when it's going to open again. I'm thinking the fall, but I'm not 100% on that. So the safest thing to do would just be go ahead and join tonight, but I'm not 100% sure when we're going to open up again. So those of you who are just joining, we've already done our painting part, and I showed them how. You can watch the replay, but I showed them how to do something similar to this, which hangs over the bed in our bedroom. And this is more of a shabby chic look rather than my normal. Well, this is my style. I really like this abstract shabby look, but I usually add paper to a lot of things that I do, but I didn't do this one, so I wanted to give you that as an option that you could try. And let's see. I don't see any other questions right now, so I'm glad that those of you who have been on the fence about joining have joined today, and I hope that that those of you who are still thinking about it will go over to my Facebook page. I've got a lot of sweet comments from current members that are posted there that you can read that will help you kind of make that decision whether that you think this group is good for you. And I'll be back on tonight again sometime live, taking questions and answers. And so if you have questions before the cart closes and it's the end, I'll give you one last opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. But if you paint this, I want you to share a picture of it and let me see it, because I love seeing what you guys can make. And I will see you guys later on tonight.